everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Brittany. For those of you who are new, I am a licensed esthetician and a makeup artist, so I'm here to give you tips and tricks on makeup and all that jazz and skincare. So for today's video, we are going to be playing with makeup. I have all my goodies here. I just want to point out this palette is, I don't think it's in stock anymore, or I'm not sure currently, but I am using the Muerte palette for today's look. I really want to do something with this palette because I have not played with her and these colors are so beautiful. So today we're going to be playing with mostly these shades and we're going to dabble on here. And I did my eyebrows off camera. If you're wondering, I used the same one in my last tutorial, the Wet n Wild brow pencil, and the pomade from Makeup Obsession is only like $10 at Target, so really good. And I did carve out my eyebrows with the NYX Born to Glow Radiant Concealer today. I don't have the shade name, unfortunately. It was on the actual wrapping, so I can't provide that for you today. I apologize. However, we are going to start with priming the same eyelids with this primer. Next, we're gonna move into the Muerte palette, which, oh my goodness, I have not used this in such a long time, but we're gonna go in with a shade called Lágrimas. So this very nice minty color. I'm gonna pick up this color with this brush here. This is from Time Los Angeles. It's in the number 203. What I'm going to do is stamp it first right on my entire crease, and then we're gonna blend out. Here we go. Okay, now that we have that patted in, what I'm going to do is use the same brush. This doesn't have any additional product, whatever is on here. What I'm going to do is start blending and diffusing it upwards. We are going to move in to a color called Nuello, which is this one right next to Lágrimas. This one right here, such a beautiful color. And what I'm gonna do is put that right on the outer corner. And what I'm doing is doing that same formation of a backward C or like a horseshoe, and patting this right onto the outer corner. As you can see, some of it came up here. That's totally fine. Sometimes that happens. What you can do is just even it out on this side. So that way we are a little bit equal. I'm gonna go in with a third layer of this. Okay, I like how it's kind of like a little bit up here. Totally fine. My eye shape, definitely that happens. Actually, I'm gonna put some more on this outer corner, just because this eye every time just always like, it's not the same. I'm gonna make sure I have it right on the outer corner. I'm gonna go back with the Time Los Angeles eyeshadow brush and pick up Lágrimas one more time. And we're gonna put some right onto the inner corner, just because I felt like we're losing it a little bit, just a little. I'm just sweeping it ever so slightly on the inner corner. For this next color, we're gonna use a shade called Angelito, which is this color right here. And I'm going to use a more flatter brush, and I'm gonna pick some up and wet my brush. And then we're gonna put that right on the inner half. As we can see, we have a very minty teal kind of color. And next what I'm going to do is pick up the shade called Katrina, which is a very navy blue color. And what I'm going to do with this shade is basically going to mesh this little line right here in the center. Just very little. And what I'm doing is slowly, gradually adding color as opposed to just like using one boom shade. I'm gonna do that to the other eye. And I didn't do my face this time because I wanted to make sure we had all the eyeshadow done and like set down. Right. What I'm gonna do now is move on to the face. So we're gonna zoom back out. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the face. We're gonna use the Wet n Wild Serum Primer, and then we're gonna use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. These two together, bomb. We're gonna get hydration, and this is gonna fill in the pores. We're gonna use this much. It's a good amount. And for this primer, we're gonna press it into the skin. I use these two fingers just to press this into the skin. All right, for foundation today, I have two different ones. The reason being I have two is because my Laura Mercier is too light for me right now. This is like my perfect shade right now. So I'm just gonna combine these two together to give me the perfect match. For this one, this is 3W Golden, the Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation. And I like to use 2 pumps of this. I don't like the pump of this foundation, but you gotta work with what you got, right? And then the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour wear. We're gonna do 1 pump of this and put this right on the perimeter. And I'm gonna use my beauty sponge. This is from Maybelline. Very inexpensive sponge. I mean, there's so many out there right now in the market. And we're going to press this into our skin. This is giving me like really good coverage, and the color match is just looking so good. If you have a foundation that's too light for you or it's too deep for you, what you can do is put the light in the center, and then on the perimeter of your face you use a darker shade. It will help you from, you know, if you say you got the wrong shade on a foundation, this will help you kind of use it. That way you don't waste it. You're like, I can't use it anymore. A little tip for you. We are gonna do some cream contour today. Okay, this is the NYX HD concealer in the shade Nutmeg, and I used this in a previous video. I don't think I did it correctly, so we're gonna do a little more this time. We're gonna put that right here. As you can see, I'm not going any lower. I'm kind of making it higher so we can lift up. We can have a snatched cream contour. Pero para guardar esta cosa de aquí, we're gonna cream contour that too. So this is gonna snatch it, so you can have a, you know. And then for this part of this tutorial, what I'm gonna do is move upwards. So you can blend that. See, we're lifted, you know, lifted. And normally I know there's a lot of people out there that will tell you do it here, and I used to do that. Like, I literally used to do that. I thought it was the right way, but I noticed if you go up higher, you make your cheekbones look more slim, and that's the goal that we're trying to achieve. And what I'm doing with this brush is pushing it into the skin and then in small strokes working my way up. Same thing with the forehead. We're just gonna press this in. I put a little bit too much, as you can tell. But hey, that's okay. We're just gonna blend this in. And if you feel like you put too much cream contour or concealer for whatever means, well, we have a serious helmet head of cream contour. That's okay. You can always just go back with your beauty blender or your beauty sponge and whatever's on here, because there's some foundation, you honestly just press it out. We're gonna use the same concealer from NYX as well. I didn't realize I pulled out a lot of drugstore stuff, but that's all right. And then for this part, the concealer, same one that I used earlier, the NYX Born to Glow one. And I'm gonna use the pointed side of this sponge. And what I'm gonna do is just blend it into my under eyes. I'm not using my brush this time, just because I felt like using the sponge. You can always use whatever extra and drag it down to clean up that cream contour as well. But see how your skin, like the skin just looks so good right now. Like this is so good. Okay, for powder today we're bringing out an OG. We're bringing out the Nye Banana Powder in the shade Banana. This has been like before our time, girl. Like before our time. It's up on the back of my cap, and we are going to gently pat this onto the under eye. I don't have too much on the brush. I'm just kind of getting some and then tapping off whatever wants to come off. And we're gently pressing it on the under eye. And down our smile lines and here on the chin. You can put some on the forehead too. Wherever you get oily, you just set that down. That way the foundation doesn't slip around anywhere. And whatever is on here, I will just press in. And the brush that I use is the setting brush from Real Techniques. Real Techniques has very affordable brushes. They last a really long time. I've had this for, I don't even know how long, maybe since I've started my YouTube channel, so about 7 years now. One of my favorite makeup brushes line. My skin looks so nice. It's like not too intense, but not too dewy. Wow, I'm really liking how this looks. Okay, we're gonna move on to bronzer. This is the Physicians Formula Blur Bronzer in the shade Sun Kiss. And I am ever so slightly pressing this as a bronzer on my cream contour. And just patting that right onto the skin. See how more bronze we are? And up here, where we put some down the jawline. Para que no miramos más flaquita, o sea. For blush today, we're gonna use MAC Lovejoy. This is my favorite blush. You probably, if you've been here for a long time, you already know I love this brush. I love this blush a whole lot. One of my favorite ones. I'm gonna put a little bit just because I have Illumination from Milk Cosmetics, and that's more on the pinky side. And I have Gold Ore highlighter, so we're gonna put that on top of the cheekbones. This highlighter is just so beautiful. I really love Milk Cosmetics' everything, but their highlighter formula is really, really just beautiful. And they photograph so well. Now we have Illumination from Milk Cosmetics. Again, this is like a blush topper, I guess, if you will. It's more glittery, at least. Yeah, this is more of a highlight, but for me it's too pink for me, so I use it as a blush topper. So I'm honestly just putting that right on these, more closer to the nose highlights. You can see it's like more on the pink. Let me bring it up closer. You can see it has like more in the pink, and we have a golden, so I'm gonna just leave that there. You can see it kind of just meshing together. We're gonna move on to the lower lash line. I really want to use the burgundy on my lower lash line. I know it might sound crazy because we're not matching, but I just really want to use Loreal and Sangria on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna start with Loreal first, which is more on the plummy side, and we are gonna go in. And you can see I'm kind of flicking it outwards so we can have like a little bit of a wing. This is a NARS Cosmetics Precision brush. I love this for the lower lash line. It's honestly my favorite. And then I'm gonna pick up Sangria, or I'm gonna pick up Sangre, not Sangria. Some Sangria sounds bomb though. You know what I wish I had? Melt has a eyeliner that's like a burgundy color, and I don't have that, and that would have been perfect with this look, because with a burgundy eyeliner, girl, fire. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna connect this as my eyeliner because this is so pretty. We're gonna use Loreal, and we are gonna put that on the top line. I'm switching to a more detailed brush. There we go, there we go. Flicked it outwards with a clean brush. This is from e.l.f. Cosmetics, and I'm just flicking that outwards. And now what I'm going to do is go back with the Precision brush and pick up Sangre, and I'm going to connect the outer eyeliner to the end, to right on the center, so we can elongate the eye. And I'm packing on more of the Loreal color and building it up. I am loving this right now. It's so different for me, but I am truly enjoying it a lot. Oh my god, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love it. If I add some of that bright red, girl, corazón, we gonna do it. Just a hint of it. Just a hint. Oh, girl. Girl. Just adding that color made it pop even more. For the waterline, we're gonna use the shade La Mia from e.l.f. Cosmetics. This is a very, very deep color, and I think it'll match perfectly with this. Yes, girl, yes, all the way, yes. Now we're gonna prep for falsies, because this all obviously calls for false lashes. And I'm using the highly rated mascara one more time because I did really like it. I'm gonna use this for work and see how the mascara is. So we're gonna do something neutral. And I have Headbang lip liner from e.l.f. Cosmetics. This is an overall really, really beautiful color for my skin tone. I wish it was a lipstick. But it's like a very brown nude, but it's not too dark or not too light, that it doesn't wash me out. It's just that perfect nude color. These are from Amazon. I've mentioned these in the past before. We're gonna use these ones yet again because they're not too intense, and I really want the eyeliner to show. I'm gonna set my entire face with the Morphe setting spray. That is the end of this eye makeup look and face makeup look. I hope you enjoyed watching it and being here with me today. I am literally loving this eye makeup look. Yes, Yes, I'm literally feeling it so much. And of course, you can do a really dark vampy lip color. If you want to do it neutral, go neutral, girl. Do what you gotta do. However you feel in your lip color, do it. I'm here to give you some inspo, some makeup tips and all that jazz. So thank you all for being here once again. I really, really appreciate your time being here with me, and I'll see you in my next video. Toodles!